Thank you for being here. In 2020, it was August, and it was a beautiful morning, Saturday morning, uh, Saturday just before my birthday. So I was finalizing, I was very excited, finalizing the last edits I was doing for my manuscript of my first book, The Zero Sum Game of You. So I was super excited. And I was looking at the window. I had a place where I write that you can see at the window. And you can see like the plants and the birds. And it was just beautiful, a beautiful morning in August. And all of a sudden, I see the call. I'm getting a call from Rhode Island. So I'm like, oh, my sister. So I pick up the call, but this time was not my sister. This time was my brother-in-law. So I'm like, usually I'm used to get a call from my sister. So um, I can tell you that in that call, he was saying things, but they were saying things, and I just remember the word morgue. He mentioned the word morgue and that he was going to see my sister in the morgue. And everything else, all the words that he said surrounding that sentence, I don't recollect. I cannot remember 100% what it was, what he said before, what he said after. I remember just something like, I don't know, getting like a blackout in my head. And I just remember repeating, what are you saying? What are you saying? I kept saying this, what are you saying? And I started going up on my room. And this conversation finished after some point, and I was in disbelief. I started crying. I didn't know there was so much emotions happening at once. I mean, my sister, she was my only sister, the only sister I have in the United States. She was the sister, the person that I told her like everything. Like when I got my first period, she was in my, when I have my child, she is the only person that I can confide with all the, situations here that I went through when I came to United States. So she knew a lot about my life. I mean, she knew things that I barely like remember when we were younger, experiences that sometimes when we got together, she would bring it up. And I was like, what? And then, she will bring and refresh that memory. And it was so special. It was so special. So during that moment, she was young, she was healthy. There was nothing wrong with her. She always took care of her health. She was beautiful, very stylish. She always had her hair done, the nails done, all the time. She loved high heels. And anyway, always very like an excited person and always also helping others in anything that she could. A beautiful person inside and out. During that time, I can tell you, I went to, I think, one of the darkest moments in my life. Now, my sister, this sister, she is the third sibling up to that point that have passed in my family. My father passed when I was 19, 20. But before that, my oldest sister passed when she was 21. And then, I had a brother. And then she was the third one. This loss hit me really hard. So believe me, I know, and I understand the pain that you're going through. And at the same time, I know it's different because we all experience pain in a different way. We all heal in a different way. So we're going to go over, one of the purpose of this experience is that I'm going to share all the tools, exercises, things that I did along the way that helped me going from that pain that I had so hard to being able to speak about it today. Because there was a time that I was not able to say anything about her. I couldn't look at a picture. I couldn't see an item that belonged to her. And it was just like a very dark phase in my life. And during those first moments, as you know, I remember having this heaviness on my chest. And for the first time, I knew that, you see, before that time, I used to get sympathy cards. And you see sympathy cards in the store that says, with heavy heart. And I never really quite understood what that meant. But until then, because that's just what I was experiencing. It was this heaviness on my chest, almost like if my heart was drowning. That's what I felt. I felt I couldn't breathe sometimes. I will cut myself sometimes, like almost like, with the lack of like oxygen almost. It was really hard, as you know. Because if you're here, I know that is because you're going through something similar, or maybe a loved one is going for, a big loss. And I think that losing a loved one, I believe with all my heart, is the hardest experience any of us can go through. It will hit us in different ways. The pain will come in different ways. The emotions that we'll feel will be different. So, a couple of years passed by, and just this past year, I lost my youngest brother. And this was another hard loss. We lost him to suicide. And I can tell you that losing a loved one to suicide is a whole different experience. The pain is still there, the love still there, that emptiness and void still there, those moments of darkness still there, but the emotions are different, because in this case now you can experience, and it happened to me, I was very angry with him. I remember saying, we just lost our sister. How would you do that? How would you do that to me? Because I was close to him. And, everybody have situations. Everybody's going through stuff in life. He was dealing with some things as well. And I remember that took me, and still, this is the first time I am talking about, his loss. Because again, in my case, I was able, and I'm better able to process by kind of just being by myself and not talking about it. Because at the beginning, when every time that I have lost a loved one, I feel I don't have the strength during that first phase. I don't have that strength to be talking about it. Like, I don't want to hear when someone says, almost like, sorry for your loss. It's not that I don't want to hear, it's just like I felt nothing could help me. So because of that, the best thing that I asked others to do was just to try to continue a normal life. Because then if I could see things more normal, then I just have to handle this pain sometime more on my own. And we're going to go through the tools, and we're going to go through exercise that I did that really helped me a lot. But I am telling you, from all these losses we have had in my family, I'm telling you about this too. So you know that you are not alone. You know that you're not alone. This is one of the things that I think it happens, and I don't know if it happened to you. I know it happened to me at some point, where you think that you're in so much pain that, I don't know, you feel isolated. You don't think anybody can understand. You feel that no one is going through that pain, and also that maybe you are not gonna get out of it. Because there was a time that I thought my heart was not gonna be able to keep up. That's what I felt like. My heart just felt it's like breaking, and you try to patch it up, and you try to hold on to something. You have tried to grab to something, but there are those mornings where there is no strength to get up. There is no aspiration, you know. And so I understand that pain. And but through this exercise and through the second phase of this experience, I'm gonna show you some tools in which then we're gonna take that pain from our loved ones and being able then to at least allow a path to healing that is a healthy healing, because there is no one like magic thing you can do that it will take your pain away. I can tell you that. Unfortunately, is a process, and time, I think it has the most powerful, you know, the most powerful, I would say, like magic, that somehow eventually you're gonna see that you're gonna evolve, you're gonna transform. So life will never be the same, let's say, as of before, when you had all your loved ones with you. That is impossible because they are not there. So it is a process to learn to live and build a new way in which you almost keep that spirit and the strength from your loved one, and you carry them with you, but moving forward so you can continue, and also putting attention to the loved ones that stay around, right? To make sure sometime, and I remember, and I was conscious like about my kids, like to be sure that I was still there for them when I was going through that pain. But there was a time that I wasn't. I wasn't there like for anybody. I wasn't there for them. I wasn't there for me. And I just kept saying, maybe tomorrow is gonna be better. Maybe tomorrow is gonna be better. So again, thank you for being here. And I hope that this experience is gonna help alleviate that heavy weight that most likely you're carrying on your heart, and that you're going to find the strength and the tools to move and continue moving forward and find joy in this journey, which is something that most likely your loved one wants you to do. Because if it was the reverse, then I'm sure you would like your loved one to continue moving forward, right? You don't want to continue seeing, you would not like to continue seeing them like, grieving and always being sad. So it is the same. We have to remember that our loved ones wants to continue, will want us to move forward with our life, and they will want us to be happy, to find joy, and to find fulfillment